And we are live again. I didn't stream last time, but here I am just to make up for it. What is up, everyone? James and Sailor Jupiter Fan 2001 back with another stream to do, and it's time. It's an anniversary stream for Doki Doki Literature Club, an anime dating simulator. Hey, Thomas Mopey. Yes, I had to put the rules up. They go Doki Doki Literature Club. That's an anime that an anime dating simulator that I'm familiar with, even though there's no anime made for it. We just gotta wait for some guests to join. Right, Prime Star Productions. There's Gabe. The
Hello
Doki
there.
Doki Literature Club. There's some recreations I found.
Doki Doki Literature Club.
But a certain user by the name who goes by the real name of Tom also heard of this game, and he said he wants to play it, but we don't talk about him. Because I remember that from last year.
Oh, yeah. My custom Railway Series Thomas model. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, the PHP I have right now is Thomas in the dark with his tail lamp on and his headlamp on.
Another recreation is
I just came in here just to say hello. That's it.
Right. Look, there's Rama Fool's video.
Hello guys, Ramafool here, back with another 80th anniversary review, and today we'll be looking at the new 2025 motorized Gordon. So similar to James, I got the 3-pack version which has the painted buffers and running board. Plus, he also comes with this newly designed express coach, and I'm glad these are getting more attention in this range again. Like the other 3 packs, my friend picked this up for me at one of our local Walmarts, as I live further away from there, and my closest one doesn't seem to carry them at this time. Their website even said they weren't available for pickup there, even though they were, which pretty much justifies how poor the marketing is for this brand now. So I probably that this pack is reminiscent of the original Tomy one, which also included an express coach. Alright, first up, let's look at the engine himself, and yeah, I think we can all agree that Gordon is the weakest design in this line so far. Perhaps the biggest issue with him is how squashed his front is. This was likely done in response to the longer boiler, which I'm pretty sure is meant to give us the impression that he is supposed to be the biggest engine in the core group of the series. But still, I think they may have gone overboard with that here. Actually, it might be the smoke box that's too long. In fact, his boiler is roughly around the same length as Flying Scotsman's, however, he has a shorter smoke box and slightly longer front. Since they're brothers and are meant to be the same size in the show, if Gordon's smoke box in front were done in the same scale as his, I think he would have looked a lot better. So, technically speaking, the longer smoke box is the main. I bet it would hit the track if he were to curve up and down on slopes. If the smoke box were as short as Scotsman's, they're probably. Now, his expression at least the indignity look to it, similar to his 2022 wooden model. He does still appear to be smiling though, but it's so faint on here it hardly looks like he's genuinely happy. Given that he's looking up to his left, it almost seems as though he's being forced to pose for us against his will. Enormous his body is now. And this is probably where most tender engines suffer in terms of accuracy. While it could be another way of indicating that he's a big engine, it's also possible they made it this big so that it could fit over his and he is bigger and slightly taller than the small engines, which definitely looks more TV accurate as cylinders, which is something we haven't yet underneath the pistons. Are a separate piece as well, because I think it's too big of an issue, but what could have for his rear wheels, unlike James. Anyway, here's a closer look at the tender. Same old as James's, obviously, and it's also similar to the one from his 2021 talking model with the coal now being removable. I think that's an interesting upgrade, but the holes at the top do detract from the beauty of this model. I wouldn't say it's model ruining, but they do make it look cheaper. Running boards, all of which have some of his previous models, starting with the original Tomy version. Yes, big difference in size here, literally. And no, the new Gordon doesn't beat the old one. I still think Tomy's is more realistic. The tender is shorter in length, but it is taller so as to be in scale with the engine. And honestly, I don't mind too much about the length difference here. One upside to the 2025 model over the other, it would be the painted pistons. Or generally speaking, the fact that they're blue since it's a separate mold. Also, being that this is a 3-pack, we only get one of these, and I'm sure a lot of people will be buying multiples of this pack just to get more of them. I wouldn't expect to see it being released in a multi-pack of individual rolling stock, though, like Tomy did back in the day.
Zeke the coin. Where is Zeke? And he left. Zeke left. God damn it. Well, Zeke came in and he left. God damn it.
Because we all know the state of Thomas is not as high as it used to be. Anyway, like Gordon, this coach is also taller, meaning it's now out of...
No, go back what he said.
Pack of individual rolling stock, though, like Tomy did back in the day, because we all know the state of Thomas is not as high as it used to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, like Gordon, this coach is also taller, meaning it's now out of scale with the previous versions.
I mean, this coach is just a repaint of an LB and SC Stroudley coach.
True.
So if you have the Tomy and Talking Gordon coaches, whether or not you'd... Now, design-wise, it does look a little more cartoony in this line, such as with the extra curve been enlarged to resemble those in the CGI series. However, they are huge on this model. And because of that, since there are no figures inside, I think it'll look really weird when being pulled by an engine, because it'll look as though it's deserted. To play value. If they're gonna make these windows this big, I think it would make sense to have a roof that opens and closes. Because I'm pretty sure people might want to put some figures inside so that it looks like it's actually carrying passengers. The Annie and Clarabelle models that come with the Talking Thomas have opening roofs, despite their windows being smaller. So why not do the same? Their windows being smaller. So why not do the same for this coach? Otherwise, I see no point in making the windows so huge. But back to my personal thoughts, overall cheapness, that specific function is we really don't need such gimmicky features on these coaches. Just don't make the windows so huge is all. Other
Geared wheels.
Gear wheels, though. Why on earth would they even include those?
Wait,
as he is as
which
big of
one
a
did he
deal.
has again?
There's the geared wheels.
No, what are the other two that he has?
His Thomas and James.
I want to hear his thought on Thomas and James.
The geared wheel. Point in using these
I
on
want to hear
standard
his thought
rolling
on Thomas and James, though. I wasn't here for it.
what blind with his wheels.
No, I wanna
Wheels,
go to
unlike
Thomas.
James, who hasn't received that treatment. And
No,
slightly taller than the small engine
the beginning.
here. And he actually
Gordon. Wait, did he do videos on James
I
Thomas?
have
What?
Gordon.
And
I
he
don't
actually
know.
runs really quickly, which makes sense since he's supposed to be the
Gordon
fastest
is-
engine on Sodor.
That's okay.
Don't know whether the motor on mine has an
I
extra bit of
think
power,
that's-
or maybe the batteries I installed in him have a little more juice. I'm sure it'll wear out over time, but I must say I'm quite impressed with his speed performance. Unfortunately, though, it's still box a tad bit shorter, and given him a slightly longer front, he probably wouldn't have looked. I would have an attachment for other.
Oh yeah, Thomas. I want to see how this video on Thomas is.
One of the new
Sure,
motorized
why
80th
not?
anniversary engines, or 3-packs in this case. So today we'll be reviewing the new 2025 Thomas with the 2 troublesome trucks, and I am pleased to say that these have finally made it to one of my local Walmart. Similar to the version that we got in the load and launch barrel delivery set, with the exception of this expression they gave him. It's also similar to the one on his standard model, but the pupils and eyebrows have been flipped around. This was meant to be the Thomas model for the set, cause it's shown on the box for it instead of the one with the normal expression. They even showed it on the set itself when it was displayed at the toy fair. I'm getting Thomas with an expression that looks somewhat similar to the original. I also like that he has painted buffers and a white running board, which really make him stand out more. However, you may have noticed that the buffers on mine came with a bit of blemish to them. I think this might be from the paint or printing
There's
that was
Gilbert,
used for the running
look!
board, because it looks whitish.
Gilbert,
There you are,
Kind of
Gilbert.
annoying,
what's
but
up?
not the end of the world. Thankfully, I have one variant without that, or they should have just done this.
Wait, is this a live stream?
Yep,
It
sure
is.
And as
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, I'm out of here.
But I want to continue watching this video.
huge now. And I'm not just referring to the height, I'm talking about the overall proportions of this model. Like, his boiler is so large, it's almost as big as Gordon's. Now, I know it's like that so that it's wide enough to fit over his motor, but design-wise, this is kind of where tender engines fall short. I will say, though, I think so far.
James is old crazy.
You see what I mean by James looking too fat and needing exercise?
Well, come on. Look how more detailed, more accurate he
I
looks.
think he does look a little wide. wider.
A perfect model in terms of that, but I wouldn't say he's the worst. I think the shape of the tender is fine.
James,
Apart from the
get your
holes at the
butt out of
top,
my
it's
face.
mostly
James,
100% TV accurate, and this was something to be expected of James, having already seen that one promotional image of Thomas back in December. I will, however,
at least we can give. At least we could acknowledge an example here.
Oh, Gilbert has a suggestion. Why not show one of his 80th unboxings to compare one of the
Oh, that's
classic
right.
items?
I didn't watch them earlier. Let's fucking go.
Let's do it.
And yeah, that I made him take along.
Guys really loved that video. In today's video, this past week, I did a poll for you guys asking which 80th anniversary Trackmaster or Metal Collection item I should unbox next. And the entry with 90 votes that won is Henry. In today's video, we're going to be unboxing and taking a first look at the 80th anniversary Thomas and Friends Metal Collection Henry.
You see, he looks too short. He looks like a Stanier mogul. And yes, an LMS Stanier mogul does. I'll show you what I mean. Is this the engine that they chose to design Metal Collection Henry?
Yes, so.
I want to continue with it.
Before we do begin this unboxing video, I do have a couple of important announcements to make. One, since we're getting towards the end of September,
Yeah.
going to be entering October.
Henry is short, Gilbert.
Let's
Looks like
talk about the
LMS
videos
Stanier
wise I will be posting during the spookiest time of the year. I'm going to be doing a couple more of my Train King re-uploads from the Train King archives, mainly older videos, as well as some of my older Thomas episodes that I made not long ago before my writing did get a little bit better over time. You guys get what I'm saying. And then as for unboxing videos during that time, since I know a lot of you guys really, really want me to review the 80th Talking Thomas, I'm going to really try and find it in October. Don't worry, you guys. That video is still coming. It's a very hard model to find. It's more harder to find than... Give me one moment, you guys. I'm going to find a model as an example. It's harder to find than the standard Thomas here, the one you guys see here, from that Amazon exclusive pack that I reviewed not long ago. It's a lot more harder to find than this Thomas, which you could just simply find online. But yeah, it's a lot harder to find than just this standard classic Thomas. So, also regarding October, at the end of the month, I will be starting to slowly upload around that time more Lionel Train videos for you guys. I'm going to first start things off with the Hogwarts Express, pulling the Dementor's coach, as well as some other engines. Who will they be? Well, you guys will just have to wait and see, because I am going to be getting another Lionel Train this Sunday with all my saved money, and you guys will have to wait and see what it is. What train will it be? You guys will find out come November. Now, with all those announcements out of the way, let's get into what you guys have all been waiting for. The unboxing and first look at the 80th anniversary Metal Collection Henry the Green Engine. Now, before we do unbox this model and take a look at the packaging and stuff, I am going to be comparing this Henry to another CGI model of Henry. This one actually was given to me from a friend, one of my brother's friends actually. The 2012
Henry. I actually wanted the 2012 Henry along with the Tommy Henry. I did think that in
Let's get
2021 they had planned to get it. And Creighton did plan to get it too.
packaging. Well, actually, before that, sorry about that, guys. I tend to stutter a lot. Let's do a brief history on this Henry model first, shall we? So, during Christmas of 2024, the brand new 80th anniversary Thomas items were shown, like the new Trackmaster Thomas, as well as prototype images of Henry, James, Thomas, Percy, and the Storybook Thomas. And once these were announced, I'm not joking when I say this, you guys, I was very excited for Henry because it has been a very long time since we actually got a CGI model of Henry in the newer Thomas lineup.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think Edward.
with the history aside, let's take a look at the packaging, shall we? Now, the packaging on this model is very, very nice. It definitely is very similar to other engines who I've talked about before. Thomas, Percy, as well as, well, not James yet, but we'll see on him. But yeah, the packaging is very similar to the Thomas packaging, which for reference, there's Thomas's. This is a Thomas model I got when I was visiting my brother not long ago. And yeah, you could tell that their packaging is nearly identical. Thomas is, of course, is slightly smaller since he's a little engine that could do big things. And it has a CGI rendering of Thomas from the nitrogen era. Whereas Henry, since Henry is a tender engine, he has a slightly bigger box. But yeah, I just thought I'd show that to you guys. Anyway, the packaging with Henry is very, very nice. You have that blue swoosh look, which is, of course, based on the CGI era of Thomas and Friends. You have a beautiful Thomas and Friends logo on the left side of the box with a Fisher-Price logo and Henry's name there. You also have a really, really nice 80th anniversary logo and a CGI rendering of Henry from the nitrogen era. I think it's a really nice touch. It has that little nostalgic feel to it. And I think Mattel did a pretty good job showcasing Henry on the side of the box, just like what they've done with other characters, like Thomas and also James. You guys see what I mean? But yeah, the CGI rendering of Henry is very, very nice, and it does pull off that nostalgic feel really, really well. And also, too, on the same side of the box, you also have a Metal Collection logo on the side, which is a very, very nice touch. Now, trust me, you guys, I get their names mixed up all the time. Metal Collection, Push Along. I just refer to them as the Push Along engines of the 80th anniversary.
This is like the third time until we branded the line again.
Though reminds me
how many times
of Hero
doing this?
His face. His face definitely, though, reminds me of Hero of the Rails when he, Gordon, and the rest of the Steam team, like Emily, Toby, and Edward, all helped to restore Hero.
Despite the fact that Hero's timeline is inaccurate, the unlucky Tug chose a better basis.
We're going to take a look at the model in a bit. Let's take a look at the back of the box. Now, the back of the box is very similar to the other engines, Thomas, Percy, James, etc. You have Henry on the right side in different languages, which is a very, very nice touch.
There's Henri. That's how I pronounce it in the French language.
You also have a very nice Thomas and Friends logo on the left side, as well as Mattel, and on the very same area where Henry's name is, you have created by Britt Allcroft, along with a very, very nice classic rendering of Thomas. she will rest in peace.
Yeah. Hell, she didn't like all things going for this announcement in 2021. She said on Facebook that she hated the reboot.
Like, oh, collect them all. Collect James. Collect the storybook Thomas. Collect Percy. You guys get what I mean. But yeah, the packaging itself, though, is very, very nice. And to be honest, Henry, alongside James and Thomas, have the best looking packaging in this lineup. Now, with all that said and done, let's get into the moment you guys have all been waiting for. Taking a look at this model. Now, I'm going to be very careful taking Henry out of the box. This is very important if you're getting a Thomas model like this. Same thing with other Thomas toys and other merchandise lines, like Trackmaster, Lionel, Bachman, and Hornby. So I'm going to be very careful opening Henry up. There we go.
Henry, because
weak
he's
spot.
a very large engine.
Second, you guys. Oh, there you go. Be very careful opening it here. Sorry, this is taking a little longer than I expected, you guys. I just don't want the Henry model to get damaged. Okie dokie. Gonna take his tender out first, and then Henry himself.
Hey,
And
we were
here
watching
he
Gilbert's
is.
video.
The Metal Collection Henry. Honestly, since I have another version of this Henry, which I took a look at not long ago, owning I'm so sorry about that, you guys. I stutter sometimes. But yeah, holding this model in my hands, this is a very, very nice model of Henry. Sure, he is a little smaller compared to James, which for size comparison, I'll show you. James is a lot longer than Henry, but beggars can't be choosers. I do think Mattel did a very good job with this model. Now, let's take a look at this model in more detail, shall we? The green itself on this model is very, very nice. It definitely reminds me of seasons 1 through 5 Henry, alongside with the CGI era of the show, mainly seasons 13 through 24. His wheel arches are very, very nice. Same thing with his wheels. The wheels themselves are very, very nice. Same thing with the nod to Ertl right here, the fake side rods. And also his leading wheels and the cylinder. His front buffers are also painted, which is a nice touch. And his face, like I said earlier, is very, very nice.
Well,
Definitely reminds me of how Henry was in Hero of the Rails, as well as in Blue Mountain Mystery.
Lionel got two new
His
catalogs
face in that
this year.
on this model does remind me of how he was in that specific Thomas film. The side, of course, is the same on the left side of Henry, as well as the nod to Ertl and the leading wheels. Now, as good as Henry does look, I do have some criticisms with this model.
Don't we all?
The big one is that Henry is small. Now, if you've seen Henry in any Thomas episode or CGI episode for that matter, you know that Henry is a big engine. He's roughly about the size as Gordon.
Well, this you see, Solar Productions isn't all bad. He does point out some few good things here and there, but that does not excuse him from being, bad. He ain't all bad.
And for Mattel to make him small in this lineup,
read through those catalogs, and
I just really wish they would have made him a little longer. Just like how they take along Henry's a little longer. Same thing with the Tomy one. Here, I'll show you for size example. So you could tell that the Trackmaster 2012 Henry is big. Like, they actually got his size pretty accurate. The push-along one is just small. Yeah, honestly, I can understand why they made Henry small, because I'm sure, like, I do know some kids may want to play with these. But I just really wish they made Henry big. My point is, I just really wish that they made Henry, like, about the size as James.
Yeah, same.
Because you guys can see here, James is
Yep.
actually a pretty big engine in this lineup, and Henry is kind of small. But yeah, I do really wish, though, that they made Henry just a little bit bigger, kind of like the Take Along, as well as the Bandai Tech Henry. But oh well, beggars can't be choosers.
Just like what Trevor said.
But with that criticism aside, the other criticism I have is
The
his back
Living
buffers
Legend is
aren't
coming
painted,
back.
which is a real letdown because other models, like James, who I'm showcasing here, he has his front and back buffers painted. Like, seriously, Mattel, you only painted his front, not his back. Oh well. Overall, though, with those two criticisms aside, this is still a very good model of Henry. Ocus. All right, here we go. So here are the two Henry faces side by side. You could tell that the 2025 Metal Collection Henry has more of that more happy CGI face. Just like, as I mentioned before, where he's happy to help Hero, Edward, Thomas, James, etc. And then the 2012 Henry has that more stern CGI face. Like, he's determined to help Duck or help Hero and also help Gordon. But yeah, both their faces are overall, though, very, very well done. And both capture the characters perfectly. And now onto the main comparison you guys have all been waiting for. Comparing this Henry to the 2012 one. So straight away, their size difference is very noticeable. The Metal Collection Henry, of course, is smaller. The Trackmaster 2012 Henry is bigger.
Yeah.
And also, as you just look at their faces are also very, very different.
I
It's like
think the
that's-
face is based on Night Studios. This Henry face, well, my reality was in Art Productions.
Huh.
No, it's all look for the thing we have. Lionel's new 2025 catalog. They made two this year.
Two?
Yep. There's the USA variant. Buy the war bonds. Let's see. ET44. Canadian National. Lionel is on the ball, to be honest. He's going to order that Peppermint Berkshire next week. Gilbert is.
Yeah.
Those new switchers look nice. I think you should use them for the steamer version of Rosie or Duck. Well, I remember you saying, Gilbert, that Logan is the steamer version of Duck, and I believe he should also be a Great Westerner, because, the Great Western Railroad is a real railroad was a real railroad that was in the state of Colorado? National Limited. The Texan Pacific. There's E8 logos. Canadian Pacific. CSX SD80 Mac. Exhibit cars. Line scale freight. Next year, yeah, I remember you saying, me too, Gilbert. Next year, I should do a stream for the movie when it comes out. And after all, the cast is going to be big, and it's going to be a huge movie. Oh, wow, Gilbert. As for Bachman, we are excited for the Flying Scotsman model. They need to make him super accurate, and because who would not want merchandise of the world's most famous steam locomotive? Who is also Gordon's bro?
Dax, your mic is a bit messed up at this point.
I'll rejoin.
Okay.
My mic was messed up. Yeah, so what do you think, Gilbert, about me, about my thoughts? If I ever got Bachman's Flying Scotsman.
Oh, look. The U.S.
There's
The U.S. The
there's
USA Dark Side.
look at theirs. Look at that. Check it out, guys. We got Porter.
Porter?
It's
Porter's
Porter's.
racist.
If Lionel did make Porter,
You just imagine if they made like the Dale and Thomas unit for that. You reuse the chassis and the pistons.
that should be a custom Strasbourg Thomas. I think, yeah, considering Gilbert does not collect exoskeleton, but they all look cool, especially Rebecca. And if Lionel also made Hank as well as Connor and Caitlin. Back to some. For some DDLC on Roblox, I had to turn off this sound because some of the music might be copyright.
Yeah, but at least Rebecca looks cool. You know, she's typical Mary Sue character. Not begin and teleporting Edward Henry to
Oh,
go.
it's so predictable.
Yeah, something I know this morning. I tried to upload on my community tab, but it wouldn't allow for me to upload a picture.
Yeah, Lionel should make the SD85 Mac. Lionel, yeah, I'm sure, Gilbert, that if you do make more money at your baking business, you should get a lot more than to buy the Lionel Legacy Polar Express.
Wait, Dex, do you still get allowance though?
Yes, I do.
How often you get it?
Once a month.
Why once a month?
Well, well, just for doing chores.
I mean, I get money. I mean, I get allowance though. I get pretty much every day for the week except for Thursday and the weekend. And normally I get $8 to $10 a day. So probably when I get like to $40, I mean, probably can get myself the James or Percy. I'm gonna go check the wall and see they have it. It's not gonna check a different Walmart location.
Manga. Poem. Nice. Oh yes. T. Next up is their second wave catalog. July 2025 for Lionel. ATSF the Super Chief. Well, the money Gilbert does have is the one for the Peppermint Railroad Berkshire. It's one of Lionel's coolest looking models. He will be showing it in November during the countdown to Christmas of 2025.
Always wondered what it's like to own.
There's built to order. Those F3s actually are awesome here. Gilbert. KCS. KCS line, it also runs through Texarkana. Regarding Gilbert's Thomas series, to clarify, yes, his movie next year is going to be the finale to it.
Yep. Mhm.
Oh
The
yeah,
SD
about starting railway tales, besides like the voice acting. I'm gonna also highlight writers for the episode.
Yep.
Of
Yeah,
Gilbert always
those,
signed up, and he did totally gonna write about like 2 or 3 episodes for the series.
yep. Those SD50s actually look great in the
Alright,
sense from
everyone. I'm gonna
earlier.
ask you guys this: do you want me to post certain railway tales for the fall this year or next year? What shall we do? The fall this year or next year?
I think the fall this year.
Oh, this year. Yep. That's debatable. The SD38, McCloud River. There's Grand Trunk.
Okay. You want me to do the fall this year? Okay, then let's do it.
Yeah, let's.
Yep.
Yes, let's.
I just need to get a few things ready though before we can get it started. I pray to God this would not be expensive. I'm gonna get my hands on the porcelain Napa City from eBay first of all, then second of all, I feel I need to make myself my own timber shed. You know what's funny? I was thinking I could make my own timber shed out of shoebox.
Hmm. If it was for minis, that could be minis. I think for me, if I had to create timber sheds, I would just somewhat buy just to buy two sets just to make 10 berths.
What 2 sets?
2 sets of timber sheds. So UP said he might get some NASCAR stuff at Kansas Rail Fest if they have them.
Wait, Dak, what 2 sets? What 2 sets of what to make timber
Two sets of Tidmouth sheds.
Of what? What sets? Show me.
Two Tidmouth sheds. Alright, that's
What
what I mean.
what merchandise line?
Bachman. Like almost anyone that has almost anyone of them and almost any merchandise line of that has only 5 berths. Okay, and important announcement regarding there's the Lionel American Bluetooth, the general, and regarding Gilbert's announcement, he is going to find voice actors for Emily, Lady, and Sir Topham Hatt. Why don't you ask Trampy about it, Gilbert? He does a good Sir Topham Hatt voice. Or there's the CSX, the Spirit of America. And Benjamin Franklin mail car, and also the general. Thomas Jefferson passenger coach. 250 years of America for next year.
Oh, hey.
There's Thomas and Egyptians. I'm good, Thomas and Egyptian Productions.
Good. Doing good.
No, normal American box stars. Yeah, yeah, it was new FEF3. F. Line Chief -8. Yeah, he'll also be voicing Diesel 10 and Burnett Stone next year.
That's good.
Oh yeah, Tommy Jitten, but that didn't. He also had the acting voice Spencer, Harpy, and Buddy in the series. Okay, I'm gonna get. We're gonna get the series out for the fall this year. I just need to find where I can get Tim Shed. Not to say I would get, but don't know how I'm gonna do Tim Shed. But nicking out a shoebox, it's
There's
funny, honestly.
B&O. This general. And look, Star Wars. They got Stormtrooper and Death Trooper locos.
Yeah.
A Phantom loco. The Bartha Burger. National Lino Train Day, December 6th. There's Halloween.
Yep.
Next, on to this. You know, it's what here's what the Family Guy skit of the Darth Farts was.
By Darth Farts.
Wait, I did hear how good would make Tim Shed out by using shoebox.
Here's what the Darth.
Same thing.
Oh, Darth Fart. Oh, that's great. Just take a listen to the Family Guy Darth Farts here.
Really?
Uh,
Wait, Tommy the Egyptian fan. What about Napa Station? Will you get a Napa Station or no? Like the plus one.
Sped up.
Darth farts.
Sped up. Look,
Let loose my Darth
Okay.
farts.
Now here's what Doki Doki Literature Club should look like. This is the real world of DDLC. Almost like Yandere Simulator. What else? Actions. Need to respawn. A lot of characters to choose from here. Like I'll choose this one. This Miku look-alike. What do I think of Gilbert's Tallyclin OC? I think it's good. Oh, it's good. Justice Risotto was a good movie too. There's the Blue Polar Express. I think Gilbert's OC using Tallyclin's base looks good. And speaking of which, Gilbert and Thomas and Egyptian Productions, in 2 days will be the birthday of both Skarloey and Tallyclin. How about that? Where's the GG1s? Actually, that's the Selma Polar Express. Gilbert saw the train showing Silver Garden. Oh, that is so cool. So keep on the lookout where I'll be live in 2 days for both Skarloey and Tallyclin's birthdays. This will also be dedicated to Renius and Dolgotch. Yep, Gilbert and Thomas Egyptian Productions. That's how his name is pronounced in the Railway series, Renius. There's GG ones. That's neat. Yeah. Who will I be voicing Gilbert's upcoming movie? I'll have to think on Discord when I get back to Discord. I know that I'll be voicing Toad, since I actually do a good good Alec Baldwin Toad impression.
I know that I'm going to voice James. Oh, and in case everyone's wondering, this will be my main Thomas from now on. Yeah, I tried my best with the boiler. At least it matches well with the smoke box. At least Thomas has a brake pipe and an air brake. And more reports.
And another thing I do know is Trampy did a good Alec Baldwin Toad impression.
Just repaid my Toby with this.
That's good. Actually, I'll be voicing Gordon, Spencer, Toby, and Toad. Those, cause you know Gilbert and Thomas Egyptian Fan Productions. I have a soft spot for LNER locos. Toby, Spencer, Gordon, Scotsman, Ryan, Molly, and Alfred are no exception.
Dax,
Yeah.
Thank you.
do you want to voice the character studying Railway Tales?
Like the LNER dudes again.
Hold on. Another thing too. Why do you want to be in charge of thumbnail for the episodes?
Thumbnails.
Just to put my editing skills to the test.
And another thing too is that what device should I film for the episode? Should I film it like on my iPad or on my phone?
UP screen is lagging.
It depends.
There it is. It's back to. it's
Anyway,
responded.
I gotta get going to bed now. It's getting a bit. Bye.
Before I have to hop off this live stream.
What would that be?
I did find one of these shoe boxes that I found. I would think I could use this shoe box for to make a timid sheds. I don't know if that's gonna be possible, but what I do is
That's two. Isaiah, you're also voicing Dennis and Percy.
yeah.
Whereas his actual theme is heard in Tom's Day Off, like do 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 dun dun.
Then
Jimbo. There's Halloween. There's a Halloween Hudson. And the Halloween FPAs.
gotta go, Dax. So I see you tomorrow.
See you then. And I guess I guess to make up for this time, guess we can still do DDLC or anime in Roblox just for DDLC's anniversary. Just because I can. Just because I can. I'm gonna go with Yuri. Soy Soap Bar Productions. I think we might to close off the stream with his DDLC theme remix. guess that'll have to conclude the stream. So that concludes the stream, guys. What was your guys' favorite part of it? Did you like the DDLC content, the catalogs, Gilbert's video, or the Roblox gameplay that I'm doing right now? Join me again next time. And join me again next time where I'm going to be live for Skarloey and Tallyflin Railway's 161st birthday. Let me get them off. 160-year-old, but this year they're going to be 161. They'll also be dedicated to Renius and Dolgach. This has been James and Sailor Jupiter Fan 2001 saying, see you all in 2 days for the 161st birthday of the little old twins. Good night, everybody.